Okay, so on the third video, which is this video by the way, we're going to talk about, let's go back. We're going to talk about density and temperature. The first video we spoke about length and area. And on this second one we spoke about volume and mass. In this one we're going to talk about density and temperature. Again, these three videos, their goal was to basically shed some light into units of measurements, where I took a problem first approach, where I just gave you problems and we solved them. Now, this is not how all the videos would be. Some videos I would have some conceptual discussions and try to explain how to better understand the matter, then go into questions. But for this one, where I believe that most students have problems with, I decided to just take a problem first approach, because these are things that you see a lot in chemistry, just units analysis. So let's go directly to density. Let me just go straight to it so we do not have to. Alright, perfect, got it. Now, density in chemistry is something that you would see a lot. The formula for density is mass over volume. It's really that simple. Excuse me. The formula for density is mass over volume. So here I have posted 3 problems, fairly simple problems that basically would require you to play around with the formula. Now, before I go into how to solve these problems, please take some time and attempt a solution. On the next slide, I'll show you the hint page where basically I believe you can start and then continue from there. So here's the hint. So density obviously is mass over volume, as I said. Mass is density times volume. All I did was multiply volume by density. And then volume is mass over density. So again, you need to know how to rearrange the equations. Here I'm just giving it to you. Let me show you. Density equals mass over volume. To find mass, you just cross multiply. So you cross multiply, you put a 1 here, you cross multiply this, you cross multiply that, you have mass equals density over volume. That's what we have. And then to find volume, do the same thing. You cross multiply. Multiply that. Actually, no, you can just leave that there. You don't really have to do it. Put that back. Just switch the volume and the mass aspect. You can cross multiply. Actually, you know what? Let's do it that way. Volume, mass. Let's do it that way. 2 steps. It's okay. 2 steps. Now divide mass on both sides, and then you cross this out, and you have volume equals density over mass. So let's actually no, take some time to solve this problem first. Let's go back to the questions. Now pause the video, solve it, and then you can look at my solution. Again, it's fairly simple. The first question I ask you for the mass. Mass is density times volume. So all you're doing is multiplying the density they gave you by the mass, by the volume. You see, I set it up this way so the units can cancel out. Throughout the video, we've done a lot of unit analysis, so you should be used to this by now. And now we are left with grams, the mass. Here they want the volume. You just divide the mass by the density. Again, this will give you grams in general. Now here they're looking for density. They give you mass and they give you volume. But they give you volume in liters. They didn't give it to you in milliliters, but they want you to get it in millimeters. So once you divide it, you have mass, divide that by volume in liters. So now it's your job to convert liters to milliliters. Again, notice I put the liters on top here because I wanted to cancel out with the liters in the bottom. Hence we have so we're left with grams per milliliters. So on your calculator, you're gonna do 1.86, divide that by 22.4, and then whatever you get, divide that by 1,000. and you should get this, basically. 8.30 times 10 to the negative 5. Well, next one, temperature. It says the average body temperature is 98.6 Fahrenheit. What is the temperature on a Celsius scale, and what is the temperature on a Kelvin scale? So you're giving 98.6 Fahrenheit as the average human body temperature. What is Celsius? What is the temperature in Celsius, and what is the temperature in Kelvin? That's basically what it's asking you. And this is fairly simple. So we need to, well, first we need to know the conversion factor. So here's the hint. In this hint, I give you how to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit. I give you how to go from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Then I give you how to go from Celsius to Kelvin. So let's see. Let's use them. Let's answer both questions. Again, this is pretty simple again. They give us 98.6 Fahrenheit right here. So all I did was plug this here to find Celsius, because since they gave me Fahrenheit, subtract 32 divided by 1.8, we have 37 degrees Celsius. Now to get Kelvin from there, you just add 273.15 and you have Kelvin. And that's it. Again, fairly simple. You're given Fahrenheit, and your goal is to find Celsius and Kelvin. You plug it in, and you're good to go. So that's the end of unit analysis. There are more videos to come. We're going to talk a lot about the gas laws, the ideal gas laws. We'll talk about solids. We'll talk about Avogadro's hypothesis. We'll talk about properties of liquids, solution chemistry, equilibrium, acid and base, kinematics, thermodynamics, a little quantum chemistry, organic chemistry, electrochemistry, atomic theory, nuclear chemistry, and then we'll end it with biochemistry. So please subscribe for more content. Again, I will talk a little conceptual, but mostly I'm going to go directly into questions because I believe you know more by solving problems. Thank you.